Hello, hello. It's Tuesday. So that means it must be tarot note. Let me just, oh, there we go. Let's angle that so that it, hello. Hello, John. Hello, Anstuman. How are you? What have we all been doing? It's so wet and muddy. Hello, Magnet for Love. Hello, Marin. Awesome. You show up for me in a narrow format. Well, I'm experimenting tonight because StreamYard, which is what I use to sort of do this thing, said that I can broadcast in portrait and landscape, which means, of course, you can cross-post onto TikTok without me being a little band in the middle. So I'm experimenting at the moment, and we will see what it looks like. I'm going to sit back a bit because I'm quite big in the screen. Anyway, all good. You swam around to the shops. Yes, John. I know, right? I have two videos. I think they all go to the same place, Magnet for Love, though. That they all come here. All roads lead to here. So just depends on whether you're watching it in portrait or landscape. It's just an experiment. I'm going to see how it works. I just thought it might make editing a bit easier. Okay, what have we got? Oh, hold on. I have messages on here too. Great stuff. What is that? Oh, okay. That's good. Good, Monica. I'm glad you're in. All right. Well, let's crack on because we've got a few already. Lovely, lovely. Right. Who have we got? You can, John. How will my exam preparations go this week? Right. Let's have a look. Let's see. Interesting. We've got the Ace of Swords, John, which says there might be a bit of a problem here with your exam preparations. Are you less than committed? Are you less than enthusiastic? Because what this card tells us is there's going to be a problem with the way you're thinking about the exam generally. And it's interesting, when we read last week, the same card was it the same card came up for the for your exam? I have a vague and distant memory of that. So there is a problem inherent in the idea of the exam itself, and it feels like you think you need it. Now, I don't know the situation here. Feels like you think you need it, when in fact, I think what the cards are actually saying is you probably don't need it. That's not what you asked, though, was it, John? You wanted to know how the preparation was going. Tarot is trying to be helpful in a way that has not been asked for. Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to reword the question, because John is such a good cheerleader for this channel. I feel that I need to double down and get him the answer he wants, and not the answer that Tarot is determined to give him. Okay, if John carries on with his preparations as he does, what will be the results for his exam results? Let's try it like that. You'll be happy, John. I think it's fine. I don't think there's a problem with you being able to pass at all. I just think there's an issue as to whether or not you'll even need the exam, or whether or not you'll even take the exam, or something in the mix here. But this says that your preparations will go just fine. It just feels very comfortable, but it's not saying there's anything wrong with it. You're heading towards a very nice, comfortable result. Well, there we are. I think that's good. I think we should all be encouraged. We need to cheer John on in this matter. I don't think it's you, John. I think it's the situation. Don't know. How does that feel? Could there be any truth in that, do you think? Okay. One card from Spirit for Anne's Human. All right. What has Spirit got to say for Anne's Human? Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is a card of expansion and exploration. And so your message from Spirit is that you need to be exploring new territory, and you need to be looking outside of where you are and really thinking bigger. Right? Because sometimes we think ourselves into a little box and we go, well, I need to solve my problem like this. What this is saying is this is all about growth and expansion. So might be geographically, you need to expand your vision, or even creatively, you need to look at the outside environment and see what's out there, and really do some research and do some exploration, because this is what you need in order to get what you want. If you keep your vision too restricted or too narrow, then you're not getting the advantages, you're not getting the benefits that you could get if you look beyond where you are now. Okay. So yeah, that's your message from Spirit, basically. Get out more. in a little bit of a jokey way, but nevertheless, if that was a job, if that was an advice card on job hunting, it would be look in a wider area. Maybe look in different towns, maybe expand your search. Okay, so really important that you do that right now. Hope that makes sense in some way. Good. Yes, it is good. It's very positive. It's very positive. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got Magnet for Love. Good, thank you to you. If you left a message on the YouTube monthly video, that's appreciated. Here we go. This is Magnet for Love. Please, may I receive a general reading? You may. Absolutely may. What have we got for you? Ooh. King of Pentacles. It's very nice. King of Pentacles is telling you to step into quite an authoritative position. And this is saying, if this is an advice card, which I think it probably is, it's saying that you need to be the one that says in your life, not in any kind of hard line, emperor way, but in a way that makes you in charge of your resources, on what's on offer, how things work, obviously your money, but everything in your life. It's saying you want to step into a managerial position. So taking control of your resources, managing things effectively and well is what's going to be really important here. What do we know about the King of Pentacles? We know that he is the king of the built environment. It is an environment that he himself has created. And it's really important that you do that you step into that responsibility, take control, be the boss. So that's very nice. It's very positive indeed, actually, general guidance as to be the boss and manage well and effectively. And if you do that, you will reap the benefits across your life, and it will show up. It's very good. We like that a lot. Okay. All roads lead to Rome. They do. But in this instance, all roads lead to Janice. All right. Maron. Spiritual guidance card for Maron. Okay. Let's have a look. A spiritual guidance card for Maron. Okay, so we have Maron, the four. I keep saying four. Why do I keep saying four? Five. It's the five of cups. And the Five of Cups as a guidance card tells you that you must do some sort of grieving. And you must grieve properly so that you can move on. And this is telling you that whatever has not worked out, whatever has been disappointing, whatever has made you sad, it's going to be really important for you to start walking with that. And as we say, don't just sit by the grave. Don't wait. Don't sit here just mourning the loss. And on some level, there is some grief that hasn't been processed. And it's asking you to step into this really positive way forward and leave behind what hasn't worked in a positive way, while honoring that there has been some sadness in the mix. So grief is never popular, but it's really important. But what's most important is that we don't get stuck in it. So I hope that helps, Maron. Okay. Good. It's interesting that that's a spiritual card as well, isn't it? So there's a lot of enthusiasm for you on the sidelines, Maron, to really step into the life that you want to lead and step into that positive trajectory that's going to take you forward. It's really, I think it's a really good, solid piece of guidance. So I hope that sits okay with you. Great stuff. Hello, Crystal. Me and Corey still haven't talked. Oh, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, that is the way it is sometimes. I will draw a card for you in a second. following up from the reading from last week, we were expecting the reading to be horrific. It was substantially better than we expected, as you said it would be. Well, always happy to be the bringer of good news, John, wherever is possible. I'm glad. And maybe that will move forward into, I think we got the 10 of Pentacles, didn't we, last week for that? That will move forward into something that builds. So that would be great. Fingers crossed for you. Okay. What have we got? We have got Crystal, and Crystal wants to know what Corey is thinking about her. All right. Let's have a look. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me, guys. While I just figure out what's going on here. Whoops. Hold on. I'm going to move for a second. Hold on. That's me. Oh. Oh. See, why do I not get this stuff sorted out before the call? That would be professional, wouldn't it? There we are. Because I thought my laptop was plugged in. But it turns out it was another lead entirely. Okay. Right. This is for Crystal Ray. Okay. Interesting. We've got the 3 of Pentacles here, Crystal. That is, it's telling you that it's like there are rules around this situation. This is often known as the work card. And what it's saying is that there are very, very defined roles that each person in this situation has to adhere by. And what it's telling you is that it's almost like there is some kind of third party. Now, that doesn't have to be a person, right? It can be a work situation. It can be whatever it is. It's not just about the 2 of you. There is another issue involved. Sometimes it is another person. Sometimes it's a situation for which somebody is very wedded or has a responsibility. So what that means is that puts everybody under contract to that situation, whatever it is. And so what he's thinking is he's thinking about that. And he's thinking about, what your relationship is to this bigger issue for him. Because there is a bigger issue here for him than just his thoughts about you. So he is trying on some level, I think, to maybe be responsible. And whatever that is, whatever he's doing, he feels that he's doing it for the right reasons. So that's a tricky one because his thoughts about you are not just about you personally. They're looking at the bigger picture and putting the bigger picture first, Crystal Ray. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's what I'm getting from that. That's what I think it's talking about. All right. It's not a particularly romantic thing, but it is nonetheless very strong, very powerful. Okay, so what have we got? Hello, Anoop. Nice to see you. Okay. So, Skinette, Skinette 800M, I don't understand your message because it is in a language that isn't one I can read. So if you could retype your message for me, I'll be happy to look at it, but I can't. Looks like it's, I don't know, is that Russian? I don't know. Forgive me if it's not, or if it's something that was hugely inappropriate, but I can't read it anyway. So if you could retype it, please, for me, that would be lovely. Hello, it's me, Namira. Lovely to see you. Okay. What will the future connection between Ashvi and Anup? Oh, sweetie. This is an ongoing saga, isn't it, darling? Coming back at each week, and you're hoping, hope against hope for a different reply. I understand. We've all been there, and we know what it's like. Okay, let's have a look. What is the best that Anup can expect regarding his future connection with Ashby? Okay. We have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is where somebody is fighting their corner. Somebody is defending their position. So it's quite a strong energy, and it's where somebody feels like the people around them or whatever it's very defensive, right? And it just feels like, I mean, the phrase that goes with this card historically is being on the back foot, which means you're kind of, trying to push back against whatever it is that is being said. So Ashvi or Anup will, it's not comfortable, sweetie, is what it's not. It doesn't say there is not a connection, but it's quite adversarial, and it does mean that there are situations here which feel like, they are up against it, right? The other expression that I sometimes use with this card is firefighting. So you're battling the odds, and possibly, if this was Anup, if this was you and this was Ashby, she would be pushing back against whatever it is you are, or maybe the other way around, whatever it is. It's not comfortable, sweetie. Tells you that there's a lot of energy in the middle of you both that is not in harmony, and that really is an important thing to really think about. Okay. And I asked what was the best you could expect, and if that's the best you can expect, it doesn't look like a harmonious relationship to me. All right, sweetie, that's what I've got for you. Okay, Skinette. I still can't. I wonder if there's a way I can translate this. I can't cut and paste it from the chat. I don't know whether somebody else could cut and paste the message from Skinnet into Google Translate and post it back, or maybe Skinnet you could repost, but in English so I can read it, please. Okay. Thank you, John. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, and buy Janice's new book. Buy Janice's new book. Thank you. And leave Janice a review on Amazon, which would be lovely, because I need more reviews. My publisher said I have to nag people about leaving reviews. I hate nagging people, especially for reviews. But I have been told that's what I need to do. So thank you, John. Okay. It's me, Namira. You have a journal. Did I do that? I don't think I did. I'll do it. Do it again. Here we go. Okay. All right, Namira. Let's have a look. Well, here we go. We've got more fire energy here, and this is the 9 of Wands, and this is another. It's quite a defensive card, and it's gone on a bit from the 7, so it's a bigger energy than the 7. And what this is about you feeling a bit tired and wary. It's a card that requires resilience. So it's telling you that you're going to have to tough it through. And it's not just about being strong. It's about being strong and prepared, because whatever the situation is that you're in, it isn't over. Okay. Now, one of the things that it's really important to bear in mind here is there is only one way this card goes unless we decide to take proper action, and that's to the 10. And the 10 is where we really are burned out. We're really tired, properly tired, not just tired like, properly exhausted. And where we've really lost our why. So it's asking you, Namira, to really look at what's causing this feeling of punch drunk, quite literally. What's causing that, so that you can avoid going to the next stage, which is being really exhausted and just burnt out, and it just feels like it's too much. So there is time, it's saying, if you need to really have a think about why you're doing what you're doing, what is the end result, and whether or not you could bring some new vision to the situation now, so that you can head off it escalating further and save yourself some grief. Right, hope that's okay. Good stuff. It's very sensible, isn't it? It's very sensible. Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. Very nice to meet you. I don't think we've had you on the call before. Perhaps do you subscribe to the channel? Forgive me if I've seen you before. I don't recognize your name, but do please subscribe to the channel. And if you want me to pull a card for you, I certainly will. So welcome to our live. Thank you, Namira. That's very kind of you. Unlivid Squid. That's a great name, isn't it? Unlivid Squid. I like that. What can I do for you, Unlivid Squid? I think you're also new to the channel. Very nice to see you. Please do like and subscribe if you wish me to do a card. Can you do a reading for Bigfoot? Well, you know what? I would do a reading for Bigfoot on Livid Squid if Bigfoot was indeed real. But as Bigfoot is not real, I can't do a reading for Bigfoot, can I? I'm just saying that is a position. If you think Bigfoot is real, then I apologize to you. But okay, what have we got here? John, technically tarot is right. I could go to the next level, but I want to do this level to get me back in the swing of doing exams. Okay, I wonder, John, it's just a little conversation on this ongoing reading thread that we are, where the tarot keeps throwing the Ace of Swords at you, pinning you against the wall of death. Whether it's a distraction on, you know, what you really do need to be focusing on. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just coming up with ideas as to why tarot keeps going, are you sure you want to ask that? So that's quite interesting. Let's see. Okay. What else do we have? Michelle. Oh, lovely to see you, Michelle. Yes, yes. Of course, you can have a card. Oops. Okay. Let's have a look. Right. This is a card for Michelle. Ooh, we have Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, the Hand of Fate, moving things along. This is a cool card. I mean, well, I hope it's a cool card. It is a card that's telling you you're about to enter another chapter. So whatever is defining this particular time, right? Think it's gonna go on its head. So this is where the wheel turns and everything changes. The situation is moving around you. It's not of your control, but you will have to respond to it in some way. And how you respond is going to be really important. But it will move the needle. And whether it moves the needle up or down, it doesn't say. But it does tell you that you've got to be prepared and you've got to respond positively and quickly. Because when the wheel turns, it's like you have a window in which to choose. And I always see this as a recalibration card. And it really does move things to a place that we don't expect to be, which is quite interesting, isn't it? So I wonder where that's going to take you, Michelle. The main crux of this is that it's not going to be you that's doing the, it's not you that's doing the changing. It's events around you which are moving and which will switch you into the next lane or on the next track in some way. What is there will be different to what you have at the moment. So that's really cool. So there's a lot of energy going on in that. That's really good. Interesting. What have we got here? Elsie, win a black dress. Okay, lovely. With so many quests, can you pull a card for me? That's just Destiny. I clicked on your stream first. Well, yes, I'm sure it is Destiny. I'm very glad that you've come. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do leave me a little comment or a like. It's always appreciated. And let's draw a card for you. Of course I will. So I'm going to draw a guidance card for the rest of the month for you. There we go. Lovely. Right, so we have the Chariot here. And the Chariot is a really strong card. Lots of one's energy tonight. That's really cool. We've got a lot of active energy on the call tonight. It's really strong. This is all about exercising your will in the external world. So this is where you need to think long term. So it's not a short term card. It isn't going to just be active this month, although this month is going to be really important, because when we have the Chariot in play, we're being asked to do three things maybe. First, don't look back. You probably see we have a rear view mirror here, which is black. Don't look back. Don't look at the past. Don't do that. Not interested. Been and gone. Done it. Don't get distracted or pulled off course. Really, really important. And know your why. You've got to know where you're heading. So whatever you're really determined to bring about, this is the time to really get focused. You've got to get those blinkers on and not look from side to side. Just get this road, get driving down this road. It may well be that there'll be people around you who pull you off course, or perhaps I'll go do that, or perhaps I'll go and do that. Don't do that. Really, really important that you stay tight to purpose. You know your why, because where you want to get to is this little glimmer here at the end of the road. That's your long-term goal. What you do this month is going to make a difference. But in order to do it, you've got to be really determined, and you've got to really drive your own bus, quite literally. All right? That's very strong. That's great. Just go for it. And one of the good things about this card is that it tells you if you do that, you can be successful. Whatever it is that goal is, that's achievable for you. You're just going to have to really, really not let anybody pull you off course in the meantime. Good. That's really good. That's a great card. We like that a lot. Perfect. Okay. What is this? What have we got? Future Dr. Nishalawani. The future Dr. Nishalawani. Well, should we just call you doctor now? Should we just assume it's done and successful and you are, in fact, Dr. Nishalawani? Good stuff. Tell me what you want me to ask for you, darling, and I will. It's all right, Magnet for Love. For me too. Okay. Nishtha. All right. So we're going to take a guidance card for the rest of the month for Nishtha. Here we go. Okay. Right. Another One's Energy card. You've got Strength here. This is a Major Arcana card, just like the last card. In fact, this is the card that follows the last card that we just pulled. So that card talked about expressing your determination and will and confidence externally on the road ahead. This one talks about expressing it inwardly. So this is Strength, where you're going to have to endure some discomfort this month. Now, it's not terrible, it's not awful suffering, but it is possibly uncomfortable. But But look at this guy. Look, this is the magician in tarot. Look, he's kind of badass, isn't he? Right? And he's standing there on higher ground, and he has an energetic storm raging around him. But you know what? He is aligned. He has all his chakra energy points. They're all balanced. They're all in alignment, and they are in alignment with his purpose. So you'll remember in the last card, we talked about the Chariot, and we talked about how it's really important to know what you want and where you're going to go and be very determined about that. Not let anyone pull you off course. This is the same, but it's all about being strong for the right reasons, not just for the sake of being uncomfortable. And that's really important here, Nishtha. If you're going to be strong this month, you've got to know why. Because being uncomfortable just for the sake of it is no point at all. So whatever it is you have to endure this month, make sure you're doing it for your higher purpose. Make sure you're doing it because it's worth it, right? And all of this is so important. So we have our higher self in play. We have our base chakra in alignment. Everything is in balance. And that's going to be really important for you this month. It won't feel comfortable. It won't. But it will be worth it if your reasoning, if why you're doing it is for your long-term happiness, good, whatever that is, it's worth it. So hunker down and, big deep breath, get the month done. And then hopefully on the other side, it'll be a whole new world. Let's hope so. Great stuff. Right. What else have we got? Hi, Janice, how are you? What job opportunities are coming towards me in February? Okay. Angel, is that Angel or Angeli? Let's have a look. Okay, what job opportunities are coming towards Angel in February? Let's see. Well, there will be job opportunities, but there may not be job opportunities that you are drawn to. So what this card is asking you to do is to make sure you engage with possibilities that may not appeal at face value. Okay. Just at least explore them properly. Don't disregard anything just because at face value it doesn't look like it's something that you would enjoy or something that is what you're looking for or whatever. Make sure that you don't tune it out, because there could be something here that's worth exploring. Now, even if there isn't anything there that you decide you're going to engage in, the point of exploring does something in itself. So exploring the job opportunities anyway, if you get an interview, do it anyway. That will take you closer to what you actually want. Okay, so don't tune anything out. Don't disregard it. Look at this guy. The rest of the world's having a party and someone's offering him something and he's going, I'm not interested. He's not bothered, right? It's really important that you are bothered and that you take a look at every possibility, and something will come out of that. Even if it's more knowledge, even if it's whatever it is, it'll be worth it. Okay? It will move you forward. So that's really important this coming month. I hope that helps a bit. Oh, that's okay, Maron. Thank you. I'm happy that that fitted. And thank you, Crystal Ray. I appreciate. Do you know, there's a thing, Crystal Ray. I think you're from the States, aren't you? And there is a thing that we don't say over here. We say, "I appreciate it." Let me just put this on screen because it's so sweet. We say, "Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you," or "I appreciate it." What we never say as part of our vernacular is, "I appreciate you." And there's been a couple of Americans who have said, "I appreciate you." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." It's a sweet thing. Isn't it a sweet thing to say? The first time I heard this is going to be embarrassing here, so please don't judge me. First time I heard it was in Ted Lasso. I don't know whether you Americans have on the call have watched Ted Lasso, but it's a football coach who came to Richmond, of course, where I'm from, and he says it all the time. "I appreciate you" to people. It's like, oh, that takes you back. It's weird, but nice. It's nice. We should say it more to each other. "I appreciate you." I appreciate you, Crystal. I like it. It's a nice thing. Thank you. All right. Okay. Yeah, sweetie. I already drew you a card, darling. I think you may have popped out of the room. I had the Chariot card for you. I did a whole reading for you, darling, so you'll have to watch it back to get all of it. And that's the thing. And Namira, I'm pretty sure I did your card as well. He claims to work and go to school. Okay, so let's just talk about this, Crystal Ray. That makes perfect sense of the card that you were drawn, which was the Three of Pentacles. So he is putting going to work and to school. That's true. I know you say he claims to work and go to school, but that would be true then, because the Three of Pentacles tells you that he is trying to take responsibility. There is this other thing that he feels is more important. Okay, so I wouldn't think that he's making excuses just for the sake of it. I think it's genuine. I really do. Hello, Karen. Lovely to see you. Can I have an advice card for the book I'm trying to write? No, that you are writing, Karen. The book that you are writing. Okay? I'm not having any of this trying nonsense. You are writing it for sure. Okay, let's have a look. Advice, Karen, about the book she is writing. Okay, well, you have the Ace of Swords as well, Karen, and that kind of ties into your little trying to write thing, doesn't it? So, what the Ace of Swords is telling us is that it's the way we're thinking, which is the problem. And there is an inherent problem in the mix. And so what this is telling you is that if you're going to write the book, you have to think about the writing of the book differently. And perhaps the inspiration, see, that swords are interesting, aren't they? Karen, I know you read a bit of tarot as well, so I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But the Ace of Swords is asking us to come up with one true thought. And that one true thought will solve our problem. And what it's saying is that your thinking at the moment is not based on one true thought. So if you were to look at why it's tricky for you to write the book, because you've said trying to write, What is the one true thought? And it's one true thought or a true feeling, right? So what's going on with the book? Maybe maybe you've lost a bit of inspiration. Maybe you're just getting distracted with loads of other stuff. Maybe the fire's just burnt out a little bit. And whatever is going on, it's really important that you hone in on that. That's the thing that you need to think about. This is what is it that's actually going on underneath the book? Are you really as inspired by the book as you want to be, as you're trying to be? Now, you might be. I'm not saying you're not, but there's something going on, right? Something. And it's really important that you come to the truth of that and use that as your way of navigating through to whatever you've got to navigate through to next. All right. Ooh. Say, it's a bit of a tough love one, isn't it? Oh, bless you. Crazy Fox Lover. This has to be a scripted AI pre-recorded video. Do I look like an A? Well, I'd take that as a compliment. Actually, do I look like an AI goddess? Is that what I look like? What on earth was the prompt that went into ChatGPT to produce this? That's what I want to know. And in what way is it scripted? It's not scripted. That's quite funny. Oh, you are a crazy fox, aren't you? I can assure you it's not scripted. That's one thing it really, really isn't. Okay. What have we got here? We have got... But excuse me to hesitate. I want to try and pronounce your name properly without mucking it up. Yeah, let me see. Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi, is that right? Vaishnavi, can I call you Vay? Would you mind? I please don't get cross with me, but I'm just really inept English person who finds it really difficult to pronounce names I'm not familiar with. It's a very pretty name, and I'm crucifying it for you. Okay, so you want to know about your relationship with Saurav. All right, let's have a look. So if you're new on the channel, Vay, which I think you are, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like the video because that really helps. Okay, let's have a look. So what shall I ask for? You've just said my relationship. So let's ask for guidance for you, shall we? Guidance. And I'm going to take guidance specifically from your guides so that you know it's coming from a higher place. Whatever it is they've got to say, there is no agenda. I'm just going to ask for guidance about your relationship with Saurav. Okay, so we have this. We've had this just a few minutes ago, the Nine of Wands. And what this is saying to you is that you're going to need to be quite resilient in this relationship. Again, we've got an energy which feels tiring, and it feels like you're prepared. It's like, you know, oh well, I have a bit of a respite here, but I don't know. I'm sure this isn't over. I'm sure there's more to come, and so I'm just. I'm not done, right? I'm not out, but I'm on the ropes a bit. I'm at the end of. I'm not at the end of my tether, but I can see the end of my tether. I'm not there yet, but I might be. So this is really important that you take notice. And the advice is the same as when we got the other card. Know that you need to really drill down on what is causing this situation. And don't think it's just going to go away, because it isn't going to go away, because this energy always escalates further, and it's going to need you to look at the situation and really come to a point where you can feel confident again, right? You're in one's energy. And this card is all about confidence and energy. And you've got to know that creatively you're going to be able to find a way through. You've got to know that. If you don't know that, you're in the woods, you're on the ropes. So you've got to get back in touch with your confidence here. And if you don't feel confident that you can do that, then it's going to get more difficult, right? So there you go. So, sweetie, I hope that helps a bit as guidance. It's not an easy card. It's not a done deal, but it does need attention for sure, and it needs you to really step up and decide what it is you actually want, right? Good stuff. All right. Lovely. Okay. Now, so Veja, if you could, so can I just ask everybody who's new on the channel, and I know this happens a lot on TikTok lives, which I don't do anymore, but if you could post once, not lots and lots and lots of times, okay? Post once. I'm going to do your reading. If I pass you by accidentally, you can remind me in the chat. Of course you can. Remind me and say, I think you forgot me. Hello. And I'll go, oh, of course I will. And I will go back to you. You could repost your question then, but please don't post multiple times in the chat, because then I have to scroll through lots of messages and I forget who I've done and who I haven't done. So I want to be fair to everybody, and I want to try and make sure everybody gets a reading. Lovely. Thank you for subscribing. May, that's lovely. Melody. Hello, Melody. Melody Thorson. Melody, I don't think I've seen you before. Very nice. Welcome to the channel. If you would like me to draw a reading for you, I'd be very happy to. Tell me what you want and I will do my best to do that. And we also have Marion Finley. Am I too connected to my long distance friend? Okay, let's have a look. Is Marion too connected to her long distance friend? Let's see. So we don't want to do a yes or no here, because yes or no, it's not going to give me a clear answer. Because what is too connected, right? What does that even mean? I mean, how is tarot going to tell you that? That's subjective. It's just a matter of, opinion, really, isn't it? So let's take guidance on your relationship with your long distance friend. Let's take guidance, and I'm going to ask what you should do about that relationship that will be to your highest good and happiness, right? What should you do about that relationship that is for the good of your long distance, of your ultimate highest happiness? And that's good. Let's see. I think probably yes. That was a big deal I made of that, and I just got a yes. No, she is. Yes, she is too connected. Yes. Gosh, Gosh, I made a meal of that one, didn't I? So we have the Lovers card. We have the Devil's card, which is connected to the Lovers card, but it's like the shadow. So the Lovers card is where we have an attachment. The Devil card is where we have an attachment to something that makes us feel better. It feels like a thing that makes us feel better, but it won't lead anywhere. And that's the problem. Now, the reason that it's connected to the Lovers card is because both of them are choices about what we think is going to make us happy. And they're both cards of commitment. Now, the Lovers is a card of love commitment, which is a proper choice. This is a choice of commitment that is not by choice. It's not. It's just I'm staying with it and I can't let go. I'm stuck in it. And that's the trouble with the Devil energy. We stay in it for just a bit too long and we find we can't see out. In the traditional version of the card, the Lovers, who are both in there, have chains around their neck that they could easily take off, but they don't. Because on some level, they think it makes them feel better to be there. Of course, it won't. And this is an adult movie being made. And what this tells you is this is a form of fake love. It's a facsimile. It's a placeholder for love. It isn't real love. Okay? And you may have love for your friend and you will always care about them. But this is not the kind of love that is going to take you to where you actually want to go. But letting go of it, Marianne, that is going to be tough because it's like a bit of an addiction. And letting go of it leaves a big old gap. And that is not fun. Nevertheless, it's going to happen if you want to move beyond it to something which is actually going to go somewhere. Okay? So I hope that's okay. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Yes, John, it really does, doesn't it? This has been your card, the Ace of Swords. But you know what? It's a good card, though. I mean, it's trying to be helpful. I know it's not what you want, but it is trying to be helpful, isn't it? It's just doing its best. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, tarot tea and treats, all the teas. Tuesday, tarot tea and treats. Yes, we like that. What have we got here? We've got is Ojaswini. Lovely. Yes, we can see a card for your relationship with Kushagra. Okay. Right. Okay, so what we have here is the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is a card of stalemate. We have a skeleton playing chess, a humorous take on a situation in which no moves forward are being made, no decisions are being made, no commitments are being made. And until that happens, things aren't going to move forward in any meaningful way. So ultimately, it is telling you that you're going to need to kind of bite some kind of a bullet here, really, because the reason this is stuck, because it is stuck in some way, is because it feels like a bit of a lose-lose, right? It feels like you don't have the confidence or the clarity about how you feel and what needs to happen and what's going on. You don't have clarity, and you need clarity. This is swords, it's how we're thinking. Okay, so the sword tells us we've got a sword here and a sword here, and we're not using either of them. We're just sitting at the table, not making the next move. And that's because it doesn't feel right to, or it doesn't feel safe to, or I don't have the feeling that I need to know. It's like I've got no fuel. So ultimately, we've got a stuck situation that is going to need somebody to push through to the other side, whatever that might be. And often the next step is uncomfortable for somebody, because we're going to go from the 2 of swords to the 3 of swords, which often creates a disagreement or some kind of upset. And that's why we don't want to do it, because we think we're going to get hurt in some way. But, that's your advice. So I hope that helps. Don't leave things in a stuck position. They've got to be moving forward to keep it going. Okay? All right, sweetie. I hope that helps. Hello, Nat. Very nice to meet you. Meet you. I've seen you before. I didn't mean meet you. I meant see you. Not that I can see you either, of course, but I see you're here, which is great. Ashu, hello. Very nice to meet you. If you would like a card, would you subscribe to the channel for me and give me a like? And we've got Ahidli. Very nice to meet you too. So that's great. And okay, what have we got here? We've got Atul. Will Atul be able to achieve career goal in the next 3 months? Well, let's have a look. Let's see. Okay. Will Atul be able to achieve their career goal in the next 3 months? Right, where is the best Atul can expect from their efforts to get their goal career-wise in the next 3 months? Okay, so interestingly enough, we've got the same card. I did shuffle, honestly, I did. And this is it's the same card, different context, of course. But what this card is telling you is that there are some things you're not taking decisions on, or you're not committing to. And if you're going to achieve your career goal in the next 3 months, you absolutely have to push through some kind of a logjam, okay? You have to make the moves. You have to. Some of those moves are not going to be comfortable at all. They're just not. And you're putting off making them. So whatever the decisions are that you need to make, or the moves that you need to make, whatever they are, if you don't push through, then it's still going to stay in sort of no man's land, right? So that's going to be really important. I think you probably will need longer than the next 3 months, to be honest with you. This looks like a process which is going to need you to explore yourself and what needs to happen. And then whatever it is that you explore that you think needs to happen, then you need to do it. And that's going to take a bit of time. And it's going to require you to go through a little bit of discomfort, I think. But that doesn't say you shouldn't do it. But I think within 3 months, it's going to be a big ask. And I would say you've got work to do that you need to do. And I think you need to not put that pressure on yourself, because I think that's going to make you potentially give up if you don't do the process properly. All right. It's not saying you can't reach your career goal. I'm not sure you can reach it in 3 months, but that doesn't mean anything. What you've got to do in the meantime is important, right? If you're going to reach the career goal, which is what is most important. All right, sweetie? Hope that helps. Hello, David. Hello from England. Yes, I'm from England as well. It's very good to see you, David. If you want me to ask a question for you, do tell me what you'd like to ask. Okay, Samia. Please check my message. Like number 10, well done. Can I ask a question? Does Ziblu Mia love Samia? Okay. Great. Okay, so what does Ziblu Mia, how do they see their feelings for Samia? All right. How does Ziblu Mia see their feelings about love for Samia? Let's have a look. Okay, so here we have the 9 of Pentacles. And that tells you that we have some differing priorities here in this relationship, because Ziblu Mia likes their independence and their lifestyle and the way they're living more than they want feelings for you, Samia. This is more important for them. It's really important for them that this is maintained and they don't want to lose it. And on some level, for some reason, they think that maybe a relationship, maybe with you, maybe with somebody else, is, this is more important. You asked the question, you asked a yes/no question. Normally, I would say I don't like answering yes/no questions. But the fact is, love is a big word. Love implies that somebody is willing to put somebody else's feelings either before theirs or at least equal with theirs, right? They are a priority in life. They want to be with that other person, perhaps more than anything. That isn't the case here. So I would say probably no. And I asked how she thought about loving you. And that is what she's most focused on. She's not focused on love. She's focused on her life and the way she wants to live and her doing what she wants to do. And that is the life of her choosing. And that, for now, not necessarily forever, but for now, that's her priority, sweetie. So you're going to have to honor that and allow that. If you do want her to fall in love with you, that has to be known as being a really important thing for her. Okay? Or him. Because it says Mia, so I'm assuming it's a girl, but if it's a boy, same answer. Doesn't matter. All right. Great stuff. There we go. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you, John. Subscribe to the channel. Write a comment. Buy Janice's new book. Leave a review. Do all of that. All of that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Samia. I've answered your message. What have we got? And inflow. And could I just ask everybody again, if you're new to the channel, please don't post multiple times, because it makes it difficult for me to remember who I've read for and who I haven't. Okay, I've got quite a lot. Hello, Brenda. Brenda, Tarot Card Readings. How very nice to meet you. Hello from Canada. Hello from England. Thank you. You're very welcome here. How lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Would you like me to draw a card for you? We do have a few tarot readers on this call, so it's always very nice to welcome you all. I appreciate you being here. Great stuff. So, Brenda, what tarot deck do you use? That's the question that we always have to ask, isn't it? What tarot deck do you tell me? What tarot deck you use, Brenda? I'm genuine. I'm not being funny. I'm actually interested to know. Good stuff. All right. What have we got? Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. Oh, that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. How lovely. How can I help? I want to know that prompt there. Well, this time next year we'll all be millionaires. We will, won't we? I'll be doing this from a villa somewhere on the south of France instead of a camper van. Be sitting by the pool. Oh, when we were traveling, me and Jeff. So those of you who don't know me and who haven't been on this channel very long, for the last couple of years, my other half and I have been traveling around in a big minibus called Big Gus the Tarot Bus, and so we've traveled all over Europe, France, Spain, and Portugal, and then just last year we went north, and we went we did Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, and Switzerland, as well as France, of course, because we have to do France. And I read all the way. I do readings all the way. So I would, and I have done readings and workshops in sitting at little wooden tables underneath a little gazebo with kiwi fruits hanging. I don't know. I mean, it was a bit of a sort of hippie thing, but actually, even if I was a millionaire, I think I'd have a version of that. I think I'd have a version of a lovely little gazebo outside where I could have a table and I could just sit and do my readings or workshops or whatever it is I'm doing. And I'm just sat there. And at that point, I'm talking about the Tuscan hills were over there. Oh, it was gorgeous. I love that. I love those little snuggly places where you can just do your thing. There's nature and you go in and make a cup of tea and oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. We don't need a mansion. We just need a lovely environment, don't we? Great. Louisa Bell, lovely to meet you. I don't think I've met you before. Thank you for subscribing. Can I ask if Angelos has good intentions with me? You can. Let's ask. What are Angela's intentions towards Louisa Bell? Let's have a look. Well, he's not rushing, I'll tell you that. He's going real slow, and that's what he's going to continue doing. Well, he wants to set his own pace, and he wants to be stable, He doesn't want any big rushes of energy. He doesn't want to be consumed by passion. He doesn't want to be passion-led, and he doesn't want to be emotionally led. He wants to just keep going in the right way for him that he feels is sensible. Now, if this is a pre-existing relationship, that means he is determined to just keep going with it, and he's not looking at any kind of out. Just keep going, keep going. If this is not a pre-existing relationship, if he's gonna keep going with what he's doing for the long haul. So look, bottom line, Louisa Bell, it doesn't look negative, does it? There's nothing about this that looks negative. It looks to me like this is a guy with some staying power. And while it may not be the most exciting energy elongated out, that's fine, because it's solid. And I would say it will keep going. So is your question, does he have good intentions for you? I think probably I would bet on that being a positive. I would say that he's probably in it for the long haul. So that's good. Like that. That's very nice. I like that. That's good. Okay, Nita999. You're new here. You have subscribed. That's very good. Thank you. Perfect. And liked. How lovely. Okay. All right. How long would it take me to purchase a house? Oh, tarot is really difficult with time, Nita. All right. I'm gonna give it a go. I tell you what tarot is going to do. It's going to tell you what needs to happen for you to buy a house. That's what tarot is going to do. Okay, bear with me. Right. Okay, good. Right, I took a couple of little cards here just to check on something. It's a while. We've got the Six of Swords, which is a long, slow journey. And I would say that feels like a trudge. And if I was going to put a number on it, I think you're probably looking 5 years, maybe beyond, honestly. And I'm sure that's not what you want to hear. But it's a long haul. It's a long haul. So, yeah. And the trouble is with this journey is it just feels like it takes forever. And we don't enjoy the process at all. So, and the other thing you need to know is this card. And this card is, I asked what you needed to know about the time frame. And this is where it's telling you that I think you possibly don't stay the course and you do something else instead on the way. Now, I'm not telling you to do that at all, but I am telling you that because it takes such a long time, potentially it just feels quite stressful and feels like it's just too slow. And it's like, I've run out of joy with the idea. I feel like I've got to. And this is telling you that new ideas that strike you, it's not terrible, because this is not a journey made in joy. Now, look, it's entirely up to you what you do, but I'm telling you that I think it's a long haul, right? And you may decide to make other plans along the way. So that would be my take on it, sweetie. All right? Okay. Marion Finley, truth. Well, thank you. I'm glad that made sense to you, darling. That's great. John, it might not be what I want, but it might be what I need. Well, that's the trouble with the Ace of Swords, isn't it, John? It's never what we want. It's never what we want. But it is, unfortunately, what we need. Oh, Karen, it's about my recovery from a brain tumor. I'm finding it very challenging going over some difficult emotions. Well, that makes sense then, doesn't it, Karen? That makes sense. And you know what? Maybe the Ace of Swords, which is what John was just talking about as well, maybe the Ace of Swords is telling you that this isn't quite the right time for that, actually. And maybe you know, or is it the right time? Let me take some guidance around that. That's a big deal. Let me take another card. I don't normally do this, Karen, but let me take another card for you. Right, Karen wants to write her book. She has a challenging situation. How can she best navigate through this to a result that's going to make her happy? Okay. You're the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords says you're going to have to be a bit tricky with this, aren't you? So very tactical, very strategic. So on some way, you're going to have to circumvent the things which are causing you problem, aren't you? Because this is where we're not doing it straight down the line, are we? The Seven of Swords is where we're being tricky, and we're taking some shortcuts, and we're finding ways to do things which are not by the book. So they're a bit sneaky. They're a bit, so you've got to fool yourself, basically, Karen, haven't you? You've got to fool yourself. And if this is what you need to do to make yourself happy, then basically just find a tactic that is going to work. It doesn't matter if it's not absolutely slam dunk the way it's supposed to be. Tactic is what you need. So if the emotions are really difficult, find a different way of doing it, or skip them, or do something, but it's tactical, whatever it is. And it's make it easy on yourself, I think is what that's saying. Find a solution that's easy on you, and that's okay. Cheat a bit. How could you cheat? I don't know. I hate advising it, but cheat in a good way, right? Honestly, I won't tell. No one here will tell. Get somebody to ghostwrite it for you. I don't know, Karen. It's finding a solution that gets the job done, which is it's just off the beaten track, isn't it? I hope that helps a bit. It's a very difficult thing. Louisabel, yes, darling, this is live, Louisabel. This is indeed live. Hello. Absolutely live. Okay. What have we got? In flow, new subscriber. Well, thank you, sweetie. That's lovely. Hello, Twin Soul. Will Martin regret scamming me? Well, that's an interesting question to ask the tarot, isn't it? Okay. So how am I going to ask this? Moving forward, because again, we may get a yes, no, but we need to give tarot all the help it can get, right? So, okay. How will Martin feel about his treatment of Twin Soul at some later date when he thinks back and takes stock? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because what we have here is we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is energy moving quickly. So I said, how will he feel about his treatment of you? And what he'll feel is that he got swept along with it. And that it was like an escalation of energy, that he just rode the trail. So he just got pulled along with it. It was like an energy that just grew and grew in strength and got faster and faster, and he just went with it, right? Will he regret it? Maybe. I mean, this is looking back and going, well, you know, it's almost like a blur. It doesn't have any real clarity to it. There certainly isn't any sadness in it. It's more of an explanation than regret, Twin Soul. So it's just energy in motion, really. And I don't think it really has any regret in there, honestly. I just think it's him just riding some sort of a train, just doing it and not thinking too much about it, just kind of just whatever it is, just doing it. I'm going to presume it's probably not just you, right? Because it's an energy stream is what it is. So I'm going to give you a no for that. If I had to nail that to the mast, I'd say no. I don't think he will. I think he doesn't have any feelings about it either way, which is a bit wet, isn't it? Okay. David McMahon, my wife said I only got a button. I don't know what that means, David. I have no idea what that means. You'll have to explain that. Okay, so we have Carly. Nice to meet you. Is it Carly or Crafty? What is it? Crafty. It's Crafty. Okay. Thank you, Crafty. Very nice to meet you. I don't think I have. I don't think we've met before. Welcome to the channel. Do please like and subscribe. I would always appreciate it for a reading. Let's see. Crafty wants to know, my question is, what would Spirit like me to know for my greatest good? It's a very challenging time for me. Okay, that's good. We can do that. Okay, so this is your message from Spirit about what will be for your greatest good to move you through this challenging time. Okay, oh, well, that's a great card for this. This is the Knight of Swords. And this card tells you you've got to put your emotions aside and just take action. So it's a very combative card, right? It's a very courageous card, and it's a card with a lot of power. You can see we've got a fighter pilot here. You've got to decide your mission. What's your mission, Crafty? And whatever your mission is, you've got to go do it. You've got to get that job done. And put all of your emotions over to the side and don't let them interfere with you getting done what you've got to get done. Seize the day is the moniker of this card. Really important, right? Your emotions about how you feel, whether you're scared or whether you're upset or whether you're sad or whether you're disappointed, what this card says is, I'm going to help you. They're just not. They're going to be in your way. All they're going to do is slow you down. So you've got to power through this period. You've got to power through, and you've got to know why. You've got to know where you're heading, and you've got to be determined that you're going to get through. And you will, but not if you let your emotional stuff that you've picked up from the fact that it's been challenging, if you let that slow you down, you're going to be in it longer. Okay? It's good. It's very proactive, really clear advice. We really like that. Excellent. I hope that helps, darling. Good stuff. All right. Joanna Lula. Oh, I've got some lovely names tonight, haven't we? Joanna Lula, lovely to meet you. Do please like and subscribe to the channel. Can you have a reading? You can. And we are going to ask, again, what can you do that is for your highest good and happiness? Right? What can you do that is for your highest good and happiness? And we're drawing this card as being communicated from your guides. Oh, loving that. That is the sun. Lighten up, Joanna Lula, and love life and have fun and be happy and find your joy. You've got to connect with what makes you feel good, sweetie. So, I don't know, go on holiday at its simplest. But whatever, this is an energy that really lightens up your vibration, really gets you cooking, really gets you smiling and grinning and feeling good. So dance, sing, go for long walks in nature where it makes you feel awesome, and celebrate your life. And that's what you can do for your highest good. Find your joy and let that lead you. Let that light the way to you. This is all about freedom and doing what feels good. Let it light the way, because that will show you where you should be going next and what you should be doing next. But in order to do that, you've got to connect with that energy and really ramp it up. That's really cool, because you see clearly in that energy. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing to fear at all. It's a really powerful card, and that is a really lovely, lovely message for you. So awesome. You can have that with our love. That's beautiful. Great stuff. Yes, Europe. Yes, I know Europe does have some gorgeous landscapes, especially Italy. But then, Italy is special. But I have to say, the UK does rock it when it comes to scenery. If only we had if only we had the weather. But we are heading towards I was reading the other day that we're heading towards a Mediterranean climate here in the UK. So maybe we're not going to have to go to Spain. We're going to have to go to Italy if we want decent pasta and pizza. But, good stuff. Okay. Lovely session, Janice. Thank you. I would appreciate a card to help me understand what I should be focusing on for 2026. That'll be my pleasure. Awesome. Let's see. What should Marita focus on 2026? Oh, interesting. You have to focus on letting go of the past, where that past goes around your head, plays like a record, and you can't forget it. So this is the card of baggage. Now you can see we have poppies here for remembrance, and we have two people standing back to back. So there has been a battle or a war or a dispute or bad feeling, whatever it is, whatever that is, you are taking it with you, Marisa, and you're holding it in front of you like a shield, like it's something that it's like, I need to remember this. This is what this card says. I need to remember. And I need to remember because I think it's going to protect me in some way. Because if I remember, then I can make sure it doesn't happen again, right? But the trouble is that energy, that is really, we call it having grit in the fuel tank, right? Your fuel and what's fueling you for the year ahead isn't clean, it's gritty, and it isn't going to run smooth at all. So what you're holding from the past in terms of whatever bad feeling that engendered with you, you're going to have to get it out, get it clean, forgive it, let it go. Forgiving is hard. It is a hard thing to ask. And it's not forgiving to say that it was okay. Of course not. It doesn't have to be okay. But when you forgive somebody, what you do is it's like a kind of cord cutting is what it is. You sever the link to the energy because that energy is living in you and it's curdling in you. It's not doing you any good at all. And so the situation that you think is going to protect you will in fact poison your energy path ahead. You have to clean it. You have to get it out of your system. You have to heal it so that you don't care anymore. That's the thing. You have to feel good about it. You just don't care. It's irrelevant to you. When you forgive somebody, you say, well, I give it back. You have it. I don't want it. It's not mine. I'm going over here where the sun's shining, right? You don't carry it with you. That's the most important thing. You're not saying it's okay. You're just saying, I don't want it. You have it. Yeah. I forgive it back to you. You walk with it or not. Up to you. I don't care. I don't care. That's the most important thing. I don't care. And when you can become neutral to whatever this past energy is, then you'll be free. Then you can move on with the next part of your life. It's not an easy one, sweetie, but honestly, it's so powerful. So I hope that helps a little bit. Oh, John. Right now, I'm a millionaire. Well, I feel you on that, sweetie. I know exactly where you're coming from. Trust me. But John, energetically, we should not say that. We should not express lack into the energetic field. We must always give gratitude for the abundance that is ours, whether it be financial or not. So, no more millionaire for you, Mr. Clark. Here we go. Great stuff. Okay. What have we got here? Okay. Dark 516. My name is Sumi. If I leave my toxic Scorpio husband, will he regret? I think a better question, because if he's toxic, why do we care if he regrets it, if he's toxic? The question is, if you leave your toxic husband, will you regret? Because you're the important one, right? I mean, even if he does regret it, it doesn't mean he won't be toxic. I'm just going to take guidance for you, Sumi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for the best way forward for you in this situation with your husband, right? The best way forward. Because leaving him just so he'll regret it is not the way forward, right? That's all about him. He's making it all about him, right? What about you? You're the one that's important. Who cares what he feels? It's your happiness that's most important, right? So let's take a guidance card for you. Okay. Right. Now, here's interesting. Look, we've got the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a counselor and a psychotherapist. And what he does is he organizes the emotional landscape to be the way he wants it to be. So this is asking you to step into a position of really understanding everybody concerned, understanding yourself and why you're there and what keeps you in the relationship, understanding him and what is going on with him emotionally, and understanding the dynamic of the two of you, because this tells you that there is more to discover in this relationship than just you leaving or staying. I think this is probably saying you've got to take some emotional responsibility for your position in order to make the right decision for you moving forward. So you've got to go into a counseling position and go, okay, I need to understand all of this so I can then make things the way I want them emotionally, because this tells you you've got more power than you're actually using in this situation, right? So I don't think it's telling you to leave him right now. I think it's telling you to get curious about you, how you feel, what's making you tick, and him, why he behaves the way he does. Then you can bring all that information together and then you can make a proper decision about the right way forward, right? Don't go down the rabbit hole of I'll leave you and you'll be sorry. Don't go down that rabbit hole. That's not going to solve your problem, sweetie. All right? I hope that helps a bit. I know it's not exactly what you asked, but hopefully it'll be useful anyway. Okay. Yes, you can. I'm going to do another 10 minutes and then I'm going to wrap up, because we will have done 2 hours, and that's, I think we'll all lose the will to live otherwise, won't we? Okay, what have we got here? We've got Elifnaz. Does my ex-boyfriend regret the fact he's an ex, I presume? And does he miss me? Okay, let's have a look. Does your ex-boyfriend, how does he feel about the fact you've broken up? Let's ask that. How does your ex-boyfriend feel about the fact that you're not together anymore? We can certainly do that. Okay, here's the honest answer. I think not. I mean, look, the trouble is that your ex-boyfriend is, this looks like a very romantic card, right? But what it is it's his romantic path, and him, this is how he feels right now about the fact you're not together. So this is him doing what he wants to do romantically, following his heart and following his path. There isn't intrinsically in the card any grief or sadness or, or desire for reconciliation. This says that he's happy on his journey. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear, sweetie. I get that. I do. But it does tell you something interesting about him. It does tell you that he's very focused on what he wants. Now, that may well be to the good, but he's the Knight of Cups, which this is. It's somebody that's in love with their own idea of love. It's their own vision. It's not. It's like the person riding the bike. He's making all the decisions here. So it's his vision, not yours, that was important to him. And I think that tells you what you need to know, really. I would expect to see some grief or some sadness or some, some challenge in the energy. There isn't any, sweetie. I think he's doing what he's doing, and he's sort of getting on with his thing, and which means that you probably need to as well, right? So I'm sorry, that's not what you want to hear, but I have to tell you the truth, because that's the only point in doing this, right? Okay. Moniza. Oh, look, see, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. If wealth is measured by friends, you're wealthy beyond measure. Yes, because abundance is our whole life, isn't it, John? How rich we feel. It's not just money. It's our friends are unbelievably important. So that's really cool. Okay. What is coming to us? So this is Munisa, new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, Munisa. Very lovely to meet you. Just coming towards you. You are a single parent. Okay, let's see what we can do for you. Guidance for you for the next month. Let's have a look. Guidance for Munisa for the next month. Okay, so the next month is going to be about you getting what you need in the quantities you need it, and feeling perhaps like you're not getting quite enough from whoever it is you're getting it to. This is a bit of a pivot, right? So this is where we have a hierarchical relationship. We have a boy who has the biscuit, and we have the dog who wants the biscuit, likes the boy. And it kind of works, except that it's out of whack. And so what this tells you is that this month is going to be important for you to look at how much you're being given by whoever it is you need to be given it by, and whether or not you need to ask for some help, because this is a balance. It's a balance of need. So you're probably not going to get all of the help that you would like, or all of whatever it is that you would like. You're probably not going to get as much as you really feel you need. And you've got to decide whether or not, what's enough is enough, or whatever. It's a period of time. It's not forever. It is a period of time. But for the rest of this month, this is what's going to hold sway. So that could be financial. It could be just practical help. It could be somebody who is holding the keys to whatever it is you want financially. Maybe it's your ex, I don't know. Whatever it is, you've got to really focus on that balance of power, and how much do you need versus how much whoever it is going to give you, or how much is on offer. Okay, so you've just got to work on that balance. It's not a big dramatic card. It's just you feeling like I just need more. I just want more. I just want more help. And where are you going to get it? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to move the needle so you don't need as much help? That's the important part here. And that's what happens as the card moves out of its power and moves on, that's what you need to be looking at. How can you get yourself beyond needing that help? Okay, so that's going to be really important for this next month. It's a kind of holding pattern for now, but it's not forever, right? It's just something that's going to need your attention over the next few weeks for sure. Okay, Ariel, I did not see your question, Ariel. Could you please just pop it in the chat for me again? I didn't see it, no, but if you pop it in the chat, I will do that for you. And I think that might be the last one we do. I'll scoot back up and see if I can see it. Oh, no, I've got you. I've got you. I missed you. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so this is Ariel. What does Metin think about Sigdem? Okay, what does Metin think about Sigdem? Right. Okay, how does Metin see his feelings? Then let's ask. Well, Metin is feeling like the whole thing is somewhat hard work, darling. And I think that he is about to probably make a new plan of some sort, because on some level, the dynamic between, I presume it's you and Metin, it's not quite working. And he's struggling a bit with the dynamic between you, and he's feeling like it's heavy going. And for whatever reason, right or wrong, it's not making a value judgment, but that is what it's saying. He's saying that the whole thing feels tiring, okay, and probably isn't going to move forward unless things change. Right, so there needs to be some drilling down on what's actually going on in this situation. Otherwise, Metin is probably going to go a bit quiet on you, I would have thought. Right, so there we go. So that needs some attention. If there's going to be any chance of anything happening in the future, it's going to need a bit of a rethink. So listen, before we go, there's one thing I want to do. So Karen, who is a regular here, she had her operation yesterday, and she's come through it great. She's feeling good. We exchanged messages yesterday. So what I want you to do, I want you to all send her your love, and I want you all to send her a speedy recovery. And I'm going to draw a card for Karen last, and so we're going to close with a card for Karen. And I want to thank everybody here for being on the live. Thank you very much. It was great live, very lively, really good. We enjoyed it. So this is for Karen. Let me just hold on. How can I get this? There we go. There we are. So this is for Karen. So Karen and her speedy recovery from her operation. Oh, we had this for her. I think the last session we did, I think we had the same card. That's so cool. So we had the Ace of Pentacles, and Karen was delighted with the Ace of Pentacles. Because this tells her that this is the seed of a whole new abundant life experience. It's going to add such richness to her life. She's going to not know herself. It's going to move forward in a really, really cool way. And this is a really, really good new potential. So very happy. That's so cool, Karen A. That is affirming everything we thought, that this operation is going to transform your life and going to give you all of these new opportunities and new potentials and stuff. It's just not going to be like it's been before. Yeah, we did, Maren, didn't we? It was quite strange how that one keeps coming up. We've got the Ace of Swords for John, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles for Karen A. I think John wants to join Karen A in the Ace of Pentacles for sure. Anyway, it's been lovely to see you all, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go and have a little lie down, a cup of tea probably, and I will see you all next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.